Hello friends, hope you are doing well. Today we are going to learn insurance from chapter number 4, Business Services. Insurance is a means of protection from financial loss. We know that business is risky and this risk can be avoided by taking insurance policy. So, insurance is a form of risk management. Insurance is nothing but the contract between insurer and insured. Here, insurer is the insurance company and insured is a businessman or the one who take policy. When we make the contract, the insurer means insurance company agrees to pay the compensation against the loss. Here, insured pay a certain fixed amount of money which is called as insurance premium. There are certain basic terms which are used in insurance. The first one is the insured. The first one is the insured. The person who is protected against the certain losses is called as the insured. He is the policyholder. Insurer is the firm or person who agrees to pay compensation against the loss. Proposal is a written request by the insured to the insurance company to issue insurance policy. Policy is nothing but the statement of contract between insured and insurer. This policy contains all the terms and conditions of the insurance contract. Subject matter can be life, property, goods, or anything against which we have taken the policy. Premium is the amount which we pay after taking insurance policy. Claim is the demand to compensate the loss. In this video, we are going to learn principles of insurance. This is a very important question. If the principles of insurance is asked for 8 marks, then you have to write insurance, its meaning, and then you have to explain all the 7 principles along with the examples. If examples are not written, then you can lose the marks. So, there are total 7 principles. The first principle of utmost good faith. When we take insurance policy, there are two parties involved. The first one, insurer who give the policy, and the second one, insured who take the policy. So, these both the parties must disclose all the facts and all the information clearly, completely, and correctly. Whenever we take the policy, the insurance company must provide all the information about the policy, and when the person takes the policy, he must provide all the information about his property or about his health. If anyone will not provide the complete, correct, or clear information, the claim will not be settled in future. Utmost good faith is very important. When we go to the doctor, we disclose all the information related to our health, and then only doctor can treat us properly. When we go to the lawyer, there also we give all the information about the case. Then only lawyer can fight for our case. Even when we get married, we disclose all our personal information and then we get engaged. Same way, whenever we take the policy, we have to disclose all our information about the health or property, and even the insurance company must give all the information about the policy. We'll take one example. Suppose Mr. Shantanu, he had taken life insurance policy, but he had not provided information about his heart surgery while taking policy. After his death, insurance company comes to know about this fact. Then in this case, Mr. Shantanu's nominee will not get the compensation because Mr. Shantanu has not provided correct and complete information at the time of taking policy. So insurance company can refuse to give compensation to his family members. So whenever we take life insurance policy, we have to give all the information related to our health. The second principle is principle of insurable interest. Insurable interest means interest and love towards the subject matter. Subject matter means against which we are taking the policy. The insured must have insurable interest in the subject matter of insurance. Insurable interest is applicable to all insurance contract, whether it is life insurance, fire insurance or marine insurance. Suppose a businessman is taking the policy for his factory, then he must have love towards the factory and he must always try to protect his factory. Suppose he is taking insurance against the goods, then he must have interest and love towards the goods. So he will take all the precautions to protect his goods. If the person takes car insurance, then he must have love towards the car. Then only he will drive properly and safely. If the person is taking insurance for the house, then he must have love towards the house. Then only he will protect it properly. When the person takes life insurance for his wife, then he must have love towards the wife. If the person is taking insurance for the children, then he must have love towards the children. So in this way, whenever the person take insurance for property or any life, he must have interest and love towards that subject matter. For example, a person who is taking insurance for his own life and property must have insurable interest in his own life. In case of life insurance, the insurable interest refers to the life, and in case of fire and marine insurance, the insurable interest refers to the life as well as property. The third principle is principle of indemnity. Indemnity means guarantee or assurance to put the insured in the same financial position in which he was before the loss. So this principle is applicable only for fire and marine insurance, but it is not applicable to life insurance because loss of life can never be measured in monetary terms. This principle says that if you have taken the policy and if there is any loss, then insurance company will put you in the same financial position where you were before. But if any person is gone, then they cannot bring it back and even his life cannot be measured in monetary terms. That's why principle of indemnity is not applicable to life insurance. Under this principle, the insurance company agrees to compensate the insured for the actual loss suffered, and the amount of compensation will be depend on the loss. If we'll take the example, if the property is insured for rupees 2 lakhs and the loss of fire is rupees 1 lakh, then insured can claim compensation of rupees 1 lakh only. The fourth principle is the principle of surrogation. This principle is applicable to all the contract of indemnity. As per this principle, after the compensation for loss, the right of ownership of damaged property passes on to the insurer. This principle is applicable only when the damaged property has any value. According to this principle, suppose you have taken insurance for your house and if your house is on fire, then insurance company will pay you compensation, but after that burnt house will be go to insurance company. The ownership of that house will go to insurance company. If we'll take the example, suppose Mr. A, he owns a two-wheeler and his vehicle was stolen. So he filed a complaint in local police station. After receiving the report from police, the insurance company compensated fully to Mr. A for the loss of the vehicle. Later on, the stolen vehicle was recovered by police. Now in this situation, the owner of the vehicle does not have any claim over the vehicle because he already got the compensation. So, according to the principle of surrogation, the ownership of this vehicle will transfer to the insurance company, and their insurance company has every right to sell or to scrap the vehicle. The next principle is principle of contribution. This principle is applicable to all contracts insured has taken more than one policy. Sometimes a single person takes more policy and for one loss he get compensation from the different insurance companies, but this is not the right thing. So here principle of contribution is applied. Suppose a person has taken more than one policy and there is the loss, then all the insurance company will contribute and they will pay the loss. In this way, insurer can claim for all the insurance company, but all the insurance company will contribute and they will divide the loss and they will pay the loss. For example, Mr. Saili, she insured her property of rupees 2 lakh with two insurers, with T insurance company for rupees 1 lakh and with R insurance company for rupees 1 lakh. If Miss Saili's property is destroyed and the loss is worth rupees 1 lakh, then both the insurance companies will contribute 50,000 and 50,000 and they will compensate to Miss Saili. The sixth principle is the principle of mitigation of loss. As per this principle, insured must always try to minimize the loss. Insured must take all the possible measures and he must take all necessary steps to control and reduce the loss. It is his responsibility to protect the property and avoid the loss. He should not think that I have taken insurance, so let the loss happen. He must take all the precaution to protect the property. This is what this principle says. For example, a house of Mr. Jayant is on fire due to electric short circuit. In this case, Mr. Jayant cannot remain passive. He must try his best to save his house from fire. Mr. Jayant must be very active and he cannot watch his house burn just because house is insured. The last principle is principle of cause proxima. When any loss is happened by more than one reasons, then the nearest reason should be taken into consideration and then the compensation will be given. The property is insured against some causes only, not against all the causes. And in that case, the proximate means nearest cause will be considered. Insurance company will find the nearest cause and accordingly they will compensate. For example, a house was insured against the risk of theft. There was a theft in the house and before leaving, the house was set on fire by thieves. Now there are two causes of loss, theft and fire. The nearest cause of loss was fire. As the house was insured against theft and not by fire, the insured will not get any compensation from insurance company for loss by fire, but he will get the compensation for the property lost by theft. This is the principle of cause proxima. Hope you understood all the 7 principles. It is a very important question, so learn it properly. Please subscribe my channel, like this video. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. Thank you. Take care.